you going, everybody? It's Adrenaline7 here, and yeah, we're working our way we're back on the U-boat, which is our base of operations, and here we are going to, so we got our laser gun back from the previous game, except we've got a bit of a, excuse me, a bit of an upgrade thanks to Setroth. Anyway, we're on the U-boat with our base of operations, and we're making our way so we can actually find the hidden part of the U-boat.
Things we were worrying about back then, I suppose we didn't bother looking too closely. But now I've re-examined the floor plan, and there's a reference to a completely different document. The engineering map of Section F. I'll report back as soon as I find it.
Okay, so apparently there's an additional map that the Resistance did not actually find. So yeah, it's worth checking out. As so yeah, there's a bit of enemies here, but I'm pretty sure there was actually a diary down there, which I completely missed. Obviously too busy trying to find enemies. So there's going to be a few around here somewhere. So is it worth trying to? So do I end up doing a silent kill? I think I do. Yep. And there we go with the hatchets. You'd think that they would actually say something, wouldn't you, when they were getting hit by that? Oh well. In any case. Ah, yeah. Absolute awesomeness. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this laser gun is fantastic. The problem is, you know, you only got 100 kilowatts, so it's not as powerful as the laser cannon that you get from the super soldiers and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's much more readily available, and it shoots in bursts. So you get about 5 shots before you have to recharge it. But it almost gives you like insta kill. It's wicked. And that was an accident. Remember in the last video I was talking about how I set my mouse buttons to, my side mouse buttons, my M4, M5 to reload and melee? Because I was playing Overwatch earlier before playing this, I remember I ended up, I forgot that my mouse 5 button was set as grenade, not as melee. So, yep, it's just a matter of just going through and just trying to eliminate whatever things we could, whatever enemies we could. So it's just, disintegration just works so well in this game. They've really got the particle physics working awesome in this. That's why I like the graphics in this game. It's souped up. The engine, the Tech 6 engine, the id Tech 6 is wicked, which makes me want to play the Doom game. But at the same time, I know for a fact that if I try and play Doom, it's going to be like balls to the wall sort of thing. So I go change my weapon because I'm about to run out. Oh, do I get 10 shots out of it? Yeah, you get 10 shots out of the laser Kraftwerk. So we go through.
William, I found the engineering map. Ballast tank, nuclear warhead stockpile.
And there we go. That's Soldier Fritz talking to Angela, who I don't know who is, but it's someone very significant to them. Basically, he's just saying that, oh, we've been hiding out here because you know, the Resistance finally got here, and this Blazkowicz guy is yeah, I don't want to fight him. The thing about these letters is that it really gives a much more human sort of introspective. Yeah, really introspective into the game, and you know, you just kind of realize that yes, they are Nazis, and yes, they are evil. Well, in this game, they're considered evil. They are the enemy, but at the same time, they are human, you know, and that's just the way it is. Unfortunately, you know, that even though, you know, your enemies are humans and they have their own lives and they have their own motives and they have their own wants and everything like that. And there we go, another soldier diary. Okay, this guy's talking about how he's like, oh, I could fade him, but yeah, we're not doing this. Shh. So Commandant Fisher, Commander Fisher, basically doesn't want to get out of his radio room. Makes it a bit harder. So there we go, we've souped up with health. I don't know why there's so much health everywhere, but you really need, like, if you've got health, then you need to go forwards. And just watching the environments just completely, like, mess themselves up is really, it really puts you off, but it really surprises you. And there we go, there's one guy who got smashed. with a, you know, probably serving a bit of a headache for a while, I'd say. And me struggling to go up ladders is typical. But you think this whole hidden section here, like, don't get me wrong, the U-boat's pretty, oh, falling through there. The U-boat's pretty large. But to find, yeah, to have this hidden, supposed hidden section, you think you would have found this earlier. Oh well. Okay, but in any case, I think there's actually a fair few enemies around here, and I'm just trying to bypass them. Now, there is a particular part coming up soon that I was, it was kind of like, you know what? It's, it kind of screwed me around a bit. Oh, here we go. So we've got two, commanders here.
Those Nazis have been surviving in there ever since you captured the U-boat 5 months ago. They must be starving and desperate. Stay safe, darling.
So I think I try and, yeah, so I get a hatchet, and I'm about to try and throw it at him, but I can't remember what button it is. So you're about to throw it. How do I throw it again? How did I throw it? Oh, that's right. So hatchet throwing, the middle button. Okay, so mouse button 3. So you throw it once this guy goes around. And it turns out you completely miss because I'm kind of like, what? Okay, so I got one guy down. Oh, search the area. So now they're a bit concerned. They're not too sure what's going on, but I think I end up just going guns blazing anyway. So that's the commander. You get him down, that means there's only one left. So where is this commander that we need to look for? And I think I end up... Oh yeah, I ended up just taking them out from there. And that made it a bit more easier. So I think... Was that the only guy? And I think there's another guy somewhere around here. Because otherwise the, I think there's a fair few actually. Because I, you know, there's, you can tell by the music will change if the more enemies they have around. So there we go. Okay, so supposedly max health so far and max ammo. I mean, not max armor, sorry, not max ammo. So we got a few more. Get rid of them. And then you can tell there's another one around here somewhere, but it's just a matter of where. So I figured the best thing to do is either search on the opposite side. Yep, there he is. And oh man, that was a decapitation by bullets.
William, I took a
and that's how you know the enemies are gone. When you get a bit of dialogue happening, or interaction between characters. Okay, I actually missed what she was saying because I was too busy talking about myself, or to myself, to you guys at the same time. So there we go, we've put our armor back, and I have a feeling I've ended up forgetting where to go. I think this is where I ended up losing myself. I lost where I was, I forgot where I was, and now it's just a matter of, you know, where do I go now? And I just can't remember. Yeah, you look around here and you're like, oh, where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go? I spent like a decent few minutes trying to sort this out, which was really just, you know, stupid of me. Oh, excuse me. I think this is time for a little bit of water to happen. So yeah, you know, the layout design of this particular level, you know, interesting. Not the best, but, you know, this gives you a good example of how the actual game mechanics can work. I mean, the fact that I was just jumping over, like, you know, almost semi-parkour over boxes and stuff like that to try and go. So, a fair few things on the floors here. I'm just like, where the hell do I go next? So, I obviously haven't looked everywhere, but it's always good. So I'm trying to get my objective showing up, and I'm like, where am I supposed to go? Where's the thing? But I keep going back to those things there, those grates, and I'm like, I know what's down there, but how come I'm not finding my proper exit? So yeah, I've already got all that stuff. So where do I end up going through here? It ends up going out to here. Okay, and you're like, oh great, I'm back to where I started. So yeah, just looking at that itself is the option. There's an option to go, all right, I can take a stealth route now. I can actually go around and I can go from there. Turns out there was a door here the whole time. So we're trying to go through, see what options are available. There's nothing here.
Caroline, don't think I'm gonna make it. A few more weeks, maybe. With your grace.
So yeah, once again, BJ getting very spiritual, but at the same time, you know, if you know, to have a person that significant to you who just got the head chopped off just moments before, it's a bit concerning. Oh, and this was this area here was a bit tricky for me, and not tricky just because it was hard to go. Like you could see that obviously there's a you know, commander around, but the fact that there's a whole bunch of enemies that can actually find out where you are. So I'm just trying to think, where is it worth going? So I ended up going through this particular tunnel here. I could have just I believe I could have just went backwards and just snuck up behind that person and just give him some of the old choppy chop. So we go through here. So you can hear the you can hear pinging in the background. I don't know whether that's related to the game or whether that was something else going on. So yeah, I tried to go up this pipe and I'm like, oh wait a minute, that goes upwards. I don't want to go upwards, I want to go across. So yeah, I think what they could have tried to do was actually make this level less horizontal and more like spiral, I guess. Or maybe it's just me wanting to have a bit more of a Dark Souls approach to level design, I don't know. In any case, I'm just trying to think, do I shoot this guy from here? But I'm looking at the reticle, and because it's not going red, I'm like, okay, it's not going to be available. So it's like, oh, do I bother? But I don't want to get hit by the commander, because I know for a fact that as soon as I go in there and as soon as I try and attack someone, I'm just basically going to get smashed. Yes, I'm at full health. Yes, I'm at full armor, but you can't guarantee that with these particular types of games, especially Wolfenstein. That can throw punches left, right, and center.
Monster Triples said, "Hey guys."
Oh. Don't worry about those particular that robot noise and stuff like that. Turns out when I was recording this, I actually had Discord in the background and I forgot to, oh, there we go. So, two things. One, I had Discord going in the background, which is why you can hear the robotic voice. I was chatting with a few people. I'm pretty new to Discord as well, so I didn't know how things worked. I put it on text to voice, not realizing that it was actually going to show up in the background.
Said hi.
There we go. So people obviously people in the chat room, they're talking to each other, and I'm like, oh god, I don't want to pause it.
76 said, oh wait, bug NDM.
Yeah, well.
76 said lol.
Okay, so whatever they're talking about, I can't remember. I got rid of the group. I'm not part of the group anymore. So this was a tricky part. So I ended up shooting a whole bunch of enemies, and that's all fine. But for some reason, I can't jump up there, and I'm getting attacked by enemies because of it. Oh well. So, I guess the next question is, why are all the enemies shooting me? Because I was sneaking around. Well, it turns out that when I moved my mouse, previously, I ended up like hitting my keyboard. And because I hit my keyboard, my finger hit the mouse 1 button. Therefore, I made particular shots with my guns. Therefore, I alerted all the enemies. So now it made things a lot more harder. Okay, so here, obviously there's an enemy in there. We get the laser gun and... Oh, there you go, Commandant. So there we go. We got more Enigma codes. We got a whole bunch of things. That's all cool. We're just trying to get a whole bunch of, it's all about ammunition, it's all about the items, it's all about the armor. Yeah, no one cares about my Discord either. So this is what we end up doing. We end up getting some items. We're like, what are we supposed to do here?
Okay,
And I'm just like, what do we do here? How do we... So I'm just trying to think. So I tried shooting it. Turns out it doesn't work. I'm like, so what do we do? How can we get this? It says destroy radio. So the only thing that I can think of at the time is getting the grenade. So let's throw the grenade, back off, and bang. And there's the radio. It's gonna... So now they're on high alert. Oh, and we have it, and this isn't, and we've got an issue here. We've got a bit of an error. Now this isn't the first time we've had this error either. This was probably the 4th time I've had this error. And I'm pretty sure, like most people who have played this game would have had the same error. You ever had this before? Could not write crash dump? Yeah. It keeps happening. It kept happening to me. But the problem is after doing this video, I haven't done it since. So, give me a moment, we'll sort this out. And we're back. So, good thing about this is it does have an autosave function. So if you somehow... yeah, so if you somehow like lose for some reason, it's and then I realize that, you know what, it's probably, ooh, there's a grenade there, there's a grenade. Yeah, Super Me didn't see that at the bottom. But the thing is, you can still lie on the ground as well. It's like you can almost like feign death in a way. So I thought that was a super soldier, and I was like, yes, I got rid of the super soldier. But then, as you walk through, it starts happening again. You're getting more enemies, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, that's a turret. So, once again, you start doing that. Now you can see the health starting to dwindle a little bit. So you try and jump over, and you're getting hit. So yeah, turns out it's doing okay for now, we're all good. So I'm just trying to think, so try and jump over, and there's more enemies going, you're like, oh my god. Which made me realize, why am I not using my laser gun? Oh, bang, another grenade. And we're getting hit from behind. I can't see where exactly, I don't know where exactly. So I end up running backwards, trying to find some more health or armor or anything like that. But no, turns out we just got completely smashed on that ladder. So yeah, my tip, don't go up ladders.
Thank you,
unless you've just defeated all the enemies.
Find your way back to the locker room.
Okay, so here we go, we're doing this again. So I've gone back, I've changed my weapon. This time we're going to do it slightly different. So I end up trying to shoot a few people. I thought, you know what, I've got enough health, I've got enough armor, let's just run and gun. And then, stupid me, we get hit by a grenade, and we get completely smashed again. Here's some tips for you, ladies and gentlemen. Take your time with it. Take your time. But I don't know if I take my time with this one. Yeah, I really have to be a bit more conscientious about the, come on, Fritz. The headshots didn't want to work that time. Yep, so we get a few more people wanting to go on that, so it just ends up disintegrating them. We get more of the ammo left, and another guy. So you have to really get used to the reload part. You don't want to reload when enemies are around like that, when they're available to shoot you. Okay, so trying to shoot as much as I can, and then until you realize, oh wait a minute, I'm losing. Not only have I run out of armor, but I'm starting to run out of health as well. So I'm trying to go backwards, trying to find whatever I can. It's like, oh, I think I just made a mistake. So, any enemies around here? No, there. Until you realize you're getting shot at from a whole bunch of different angles. Oh, there we go. That's when you know you got to be careful. And this is actually on medium difficulty as well. So imagine what this is like on high difficulties. Oh well, in any case, we've got our main health back, and that's perfectly fine. We've got no armor, so whatever shots hit us, it's gonna directly smash us. So we got more. Yep. They're trying, and it's just not working. So he's gone, and again, see, 9 health, only up to 10. So this is really a more difficult part. Because right at the back is going to be the commander. Oh, almost got hit there, almost died, but luckily enough, it goes back up to the nearest 10 decibels. not 10 decibels. One. This isn't audio. The next increment of 10s for health. And I died again. I think by this time I was just like, you know what? This is stupid. I'm getting sick of this.
The house nurse is losing track of us now. Find your way back to the
So
locker room.
this is where you
Bogata
really
will
need
let
to
you out of
start
there.
taking into consideration things like cover. Why am I not reloading? I'm looking at myself here and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm a bit of an idiot. I play like an idiot. I really do play like an idiot. Thinking I'm invincible, thinking I'm gonna get some health somewhere. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, it's worth you know, it's always worth taking into consideration. You need to be more active when it comes to using cover to your advantage, and that's something I have not done. And stupid me decides to yeah. You go in the water. It's just, yeah, you start getting hit and you fall in the water again. You're like, oh my god. So yeah, I'm just getting smashed. I can't use my guns. You can't use guns in the water, so please don't try. So there we go. So yeah, you're not able to yeah. You can, that's an actual decent strategy you can use. You don't have to reload both guns to shoot again. You can actually just reload one and still continue shooting with your other gun instead. So you need more backup? What you need is a bit more death in your life. What you need is a bit more bullets, you know, a bit more bullets in your chest. So I figured, alright, doesn't look like there's much going on. Let's just pick up whatever we can along the way, move forward slightly, see if there's any enemies, and just run forward a bit, shoot a few more. Oh, it turns out there's a guy up there. Turns out shoot him in the legs, get him down. Okay, now we're looking for the commander. So we get rid of the commander. That gets rid of the backup. Finally, yes, finally. Oh, there's still one guy actually. And this is another place. So you look around, you're like, oh my god, there's health and armor around everywhere. Just goes to show you, you're just not supposed to go through that. You know, they advise the level does not really make it easy for you to go through that one particular area in the middle. Otherwise, you're just going to get shot from all angles. And that's something I need to take into consideration the next time I play this game. So charge up your ammo. That's all fine. So we keep moving around. And yep, more ammo, that's all fine. I was expecting a secret round there, but there wasn't any. And I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So you go through, overcharge health, not like I need it. But, you know, I have a habit of trying to pick things up everywhere I go. I'm one of those people, when you play a game that requires a little bit of exploration, you know, you want to search every little nook and cranny to get every little secret you can. That's why playing things like Fallout and... That's why playing things like Fallout and Skyrim, Elder Scrolls and stuff like that, because it's not just Skyrim. It was like that with Oblivion as well. Morrowind I never really had a chance to play. I've tried it. I only played it for like 20 minutes though. Oh yeah, that did a slide there. That was interesting. And you try and walk across. Of course it falls. Like, you know it's gonna fall. That's just what it does.
Get out of here now.
Yep, so you can get out of here, you've defeated everyone, we're back in the laundry room, or a torpedo room, I can't remember, but in any case. So here we go. No need to charge up my guns or anything like that, I'm just trying to think, oh god, what enemy is there? But here, this is where you can actually customize your weapons, this is where you can customize what hand has what. So in your right hand you could have one gun, in your left hand you could have another, but what I tend to do, I just tend to, oh, exit level, cool. So what I tend to do is I like to just keep with one gun. It saves on ammo, and it forces you to be more accurate. Okay, so Mombate helps us up, we've finished the level. So we got rid of people trying to, send messages to the U-boats, that's all fine. Which makes me think, what happened to the depth charges after that? What happened there? So we're all saying goodbye to Caroline.
Like that. A life. All they've known. All they've felt.
Have to admit, that suit that he's in, the super suit, ooh, that would smell bad of BO and all that sort of stuff in it.
All of it gone.
I mean, the fact that it's only had, like, I don't know how much Caroline was using it before then. I don't know whether she was actually getting out of it when she slept, or whether she was, or whether she just kept it on the whole time. But in any case, like, that would be a pretty nasty thing to put on and to have over your skin. Even if you are wearing underwear. But the fact that he's had to make holes in his jacket for the suit is ridiculous.
Take as much time as you need, but at some point, can you please go see Sid at his workshop so he can check up on you? I worry about your health.
Mm-hmm. I would too. And you can, and it's really cool to see the scars on the side of his head for when he was attacked. In the first game. Start of the first game of all things. And here we go. So this is where we end up.
He knows as well as I do.
Yep.
What I got, he can't cure.
Exactly, yeah, so that's the point there. So this is the U-boat itself, and this is where we can start relaxing. This is your headquarters. So guys, we're going to continue this next time. Thanks very much, and we'll see you then. So long.